Massive twist at Royal Rumble, CM Punk loses in favor Jey Uso. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, major stipulations. Matt Riddle's sour comments about CM Punk's WWE return. Absent star responsible for recent WWE heel turns. Seth Rollins loses his title. Cody Rhodes breaks silence after major announcement. Roman Reigns after Seth Rollins. Let's jump right into it. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, major stipulation. The WWE Universe is thrilled to welcome CM Punk back in the promotion, but not everyone had the same reaction. World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins was furious to see his old nemesis back in the company, as was evident from his response at Survivor Series War Games 2023 when the best in the world walked out. Seth Rollins and CM Punk crossed paths on WWE Raw last week, and the latter declared himself for the 2024 Men's Royal Rumble match. Punk intends to go after Rollins if he wins the coveted 30-man battle. This feud has been dubbed a blockbuster since the two megastars confronted each other, and their potential title match would be a must-watch affair. Here we look at 5 stipulations that can be added to Seth Rollins versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship when it happens. Number 1, loser leaves WWE after defeat in title match. When CM Punk and Seth Rollins inevitably lock horns for the World Heavyweight Championship, the creative team could set the internet on fire with a controversial stipulation. Of course, either superstar will only make a storyline exit, but it would undoubtedly add more to one of the biggest wrestling feuds ever. A loss for Rollins would mean he leaves and gets his much-deserved break after continuously performing at the highest levels while representing WWE. On the other hand, a forced exit for Punk will set up a controversial twist and his subsequent return at a massive premium live event. It would also allow the creative team to explore a potential heel turn for Punk, which is impossible to book now. Number 2, brutal grudge match inside steel cage to settle old scores. Seth Rollins and CM Punk have never shied away from sharing their genuine dislike and mistrust towards each other. Their real-life heat serves up perfectly to book a convincing grudge match, and WWE could top it off by putting both men inside the steel cage. A monstrous structure would leave both superstars open to a hard-hitting match that perfectly matches their rivalry. Additionally, it would add to the bout's anticipation, cutting all chances of potential interference from one of the Architect's several rivals on Raw. Number 3, CM Punk or Seth Rollins moves to SmackDown. While the loser leaves WWE may be a little over the top, a forced move to another brand is another likely speculation that could be added to the World Heavyweight Championship. Interestingly, this would mean Seth Rollins or CM Punk will be on the same brand as Roman Reigns, while Punk versus Reigns presents an exciting prospect. One can't help but wonder what would happen if Rollins decided to chase the tribal chief again. It is worth noting that the Architect remains the only superstar who defeated Roman Reigns in a WWE Universal Championship match and could use this as an opportunity to hijack Cody Rhodes' storyline and route to WrestleMania 40. Number 4, loser forgoes future title opportunities. It is almost expected that a title feud between CM Punk and Seth Rollins won't see them lock horns with the championship on the line only once. As was the case against Cody Rhodes and Shinsuke Nakamura, fans will expect Rollins to face CM Punk in a rematch. However, the creative team could pull off a massive twist by binding their championship match as a one-time exchange. Triple H can ban them from challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship if the title rests with another. This would force both superstars to pull off their absolute best while simultaneously allowing WWE to hit a pause on the storyline without damaging either superstar's momentum. Number 5, loser issues public apology after title match. The only thing that can hurt Seth Rollins and CM Punk more than losing a match against one another is having to apologize to each other. Both superstars have left no stone unturned in openly expressing their disdain towards one another, even if some can argue that most of it is to keep the kayfabe alive. WWE could use that context to make one superstar apologize to the other, leaving room for 2 massive developments. They would either be used as a humiliation angle to build a several-year-long storyline, or it could be used to bring them both together on the same page for a swerve. Matt Riddle provides an update on his future following WWE release. Former United States champion Matt Riddle recently addressed his future following his release from WWE. The 37-year-old had a successful run as an MMA fighter before becoming a professional wrestler. After spending a few years on the independent circuit, Riddle joined WWE in 2018. He was signed to the Stanford-based company for 5 years before being released from his contract in September 2023. While speaking to MMA Junkie and the media on the red carpet of the 15th Annual World MMA Awards in Las Vegas, Riddle disclosed that he was in talks with several promotions regarding a possible return to the ring or the cage. There's been a lot of talk. I've been talking to a couple of promotions. I don't want to get into it until it's official, but I think in 2024 there's a very big possibility that I get back in the ring or cage pretty soon, he said. After about a decade of absence, CM Punk returned to the Stanford-based company last month at Survivor Series War Game. His comeback came nearly 2 months after Matt Riddle's release from the promotion. While on the red carpet of the 15th Annual World MMA Awards in Las Vegas, the original Bro Rowe was asked how he felt about Punk's comeback. Riddle claimed he was not surprised by the development. "You know, I'm not surprised because WWE. The one thing they like is money, and CM Punk is money just like he was money in mixed martial arts. So you can't argue with the man that's money. But yeah, and that's just like the UFC. I know if I fight, I'll sell tickets. So just if they want," he said. Absent star responsible for recent WWE heel turns. A WWE superstar could be subtly responsible for recent heel turns. Over the past few months, WWE has turned multiple superstars like Drew McIntyre, Shinsuke Nakamura, and most recently, AJ Styles heel. Past failures and unjust treatment could be why a number of superstars turn heel. However, there could be one more reason that pushed all those fan favorites to the dark side. At least one WWE superstar thinks so. Recently, former NXT champion Karrion Kross took to social media to highlight one interesting thing, especially after Styles turned heel. The heel turning of Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Dominic Mysterio has Karrion Kross in common. In the past year, all these superstars have a short or long-term feud with Kross. The dark and deep persona of Kross may have potentially pushed these wrestlers to embrace the other side and become bad guys. From a creative standpoint, this could be another masterstroke from Triple H. This is kind of similar to The Fiend in a way, when Bray Wyatt, during his time as The Fiend, turned many of his opponents dark after interacting or feuding with them. Triple H had signed Dominic and Rey Mysterio to long-term deals some months ago. The company has reportedly now sealed the signature of another huge name for a long time. According to Fightful Select, Charlotte Flair has signed a long-term deal with the Stanford-based company. The duration of her new contract is still unknown. According to rumors, the former women's champion has one of the biggest contracts a female superstar has ever received in the company's history. This is also the first extension under the TKO era. This is a little bittersweet time in Charlotte Flair's career. While she's got a great extension to her career, a long-term injury has sidelined her at the moment. The Queen suffered a leg injury against Asuka a couple of weeks ago. She is set to be out of action for around 9 months. Seth Rollins loses his title. The WWE Universe recently took to Twitter to predict the future of Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship reign. Rollins is currently embroiled in a heated feud with Drew McIntyre. The two faced each other at Crown Jewel 2023, where the Visionary reigns supreme. They are now set to lock horns on January 1, 2024, on the Day 1 edition of Monday Night Raw. On the latest episode of The Red Show, McIntyre cut an incredibly emotional promo, explaining why he needed to win the title. He later took to Twitter to elaborate on his aim. The WWE Universe quickly noticed his post and started commenting on it. Most were convinced that the Triple H-led creative team would book the Scottish Warrior to dethrone the Visionary on January 1, 2024. Others liked and connected with his emotional promo and wanted the Scottish Warrior to secure the title. A fan also mentioned that McIntyre was likely to win since Vince McMahon was no longer an active part of the booking team. On a recent edition of Busted Open, Tommy Dreamer said Drew McIntyre should totally snap if he fails to capture the WWE World Heavyweight Championship from Seth Rollins next month. Dreamer added that if the Scottish Warrior won, he would regret his past actions because he would become alone. I don't know if McIntyre is going to win the title at Day 1. If he doesn't, he should totally snap. If he wins, it's then interesting because he's now on top, and his regret is what he did to win the title, because now he's alone. You got what you wanted and you realize it's not enough, said Dreamer. Fans want to see a triple threat match for the Visionary's title at Royal Rumble if McIntyre fails to win it on the Day 1 edition of WWE Raw. Do you believe Drew McIntyre will dethrone Seth Rollins? Cody Rhodes breaks silence after major announcement. WWE superstar Cody Rhodes has broken his silence after a major announcement from outside of the Stanford-based promotion. Rhodes is currently in a heated feud with Shinsuke Nakamura. The duo locked horns on last week's episode of Raw. The match ended in a DQ after Nakamura sprayed the poison mist on the American Nightmare's face. However, on the latest episode of the Red Brand this week, Cody Rhodes took his revenge by attacking the King of Strong Style during his promo. The American Nightmare recently took to Twitter to break his silence after winning the Wrestling Club's Hot Babyface Award. Rhodes jokingly wrote that he won it only because he ordered popcorn for the kids. "It's just cause I ordered all that popcorn, I bet," Rhodes tweeted. On a recent edition of Sportskeeda's Wrestling Time Machine hosted by Mac Davis, Bill Apter said that he believes CM Punk's inclusion in the 2024 Royal Rumble might be unfortunate for Cody Rhodes, as the Second City Saint will probably be the favorite to win it. "I'd do the first time ever Royal Rumble where somehow both of them go over the top rope at the same time and they get a choice of who to choose. And of course, CM Punk will choose Seth Rollins. Cody will choose Roman Reigns. I don't know what those two left in the ring at this point. I am gonna say that it is probably gonna be Punk if they are the last two guys. Unfortunate for Cody because you know Cody has been in a top spot. But now Punk has come in and the whole field of play has changed. Fans believe Randy Orton might interfere in a possible rematch between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. It remains to be seen what WWE has in store for the match. Do you believe the American Nightmare will finally dethrone the Tribal Chief? Roman Reigns after Seth Rollins. The WWE Universe wants Seth Rollins to defend his World Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat match. Rollins has been one of the most hardworking wrestlers in WWE this year. He has already defended his title multiple times against different opponents. The Visionary is in a feud with Drew McIntyre, who failed to beat the champion at Crown Jewel and now wants another title shot. The duo is set to lock horns on the Day 1 edition of Raw, scheduled for January 1, 2024. WrestleFeature's Twitter handle recently asked fans who should be Seth Rollins' opponent at Royal Rumble 2024, assuming he retains his title against Drew McIntyre on Day 1. The WWE Universe quickly noticed the posts and started commenting. Most wanted to see a triple threat match between Rollins, McIntyre, and Jey Uso at Royal Rumble for the World Heavyweight Championship. One fan believed the Visionary should face Roman Reigns to unify the titles. One fan wrote that Drew McIntyre should win the title on January 1, 2024, and Seth Rollins should win back at Royal Rumble. Another wanted the Scottish Warrior to win the title but believed the Visionary should enter the Royal Rumble to face the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania possibly. On a recent edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, former WWE writer Vince Russo said that he did not like the brawl between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre on the latest edition of Monday Night Raw, because he believed the Visionary could not throw a real punch. I know I'm always all over Rollins, and this is the reason why, okay? Rollins has him dead in the aisleway, and he's on top of him, and he's punching Drew like he's a 10-year-old girl. That's why when people tell me this guy is such a great worker, bro, how are you a great worker if you don't even know how to throw a realistic punch? How are you a great worker? Russo said. Fans believe Drew McIntyre deserves to win the World Heavyweight Championship. What WWE has in store for his future remains to be seen. If you want to see a triple threat between the Scottish Warrior, the Visionary, and main event Jey Uso. Massive twist at Royal Rumble, CM Punk loses in favor of Jey Uso. While CM Punk seems to be the fan pick to win WWE Royal Rumble 2024, a surprise booking decision may rob him of the victory, according to NWA Hall of Famer Bill Apter. The Second City Sing has been a hot topic ever since his return to the Stamford-based promotion. His announcement of participating in the Royal Rumble has left many convinced that he was on the fast track to win. Considering his rivalry with Seth Rollins, it would make sense for him to go after the World Heavyweight title if he became the #1 contender. Bill Apter also seemed to think the same. However, he admitted that a twist with Jey Uso winning the title was still a possibility. Speaking on Sportskeeda's Unscripted, the veteran journalist stated, "It's what everybody is thinking. It's probably got to be CM Punk since he declared he is now in the Royal Rumble. He's going to be the favorite to win. But then again, if they want to throw a real surprise into the ending, then Jey Uso would be that surprise. Whether Bill Apter's prediction about CM Punk comes true or not remains to be seen."
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for